on one side versus the other. That
Right.
I'm not an idiot, but I also know that if we're gonna sit and just act like we in the fucking slave days, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna never get nowhere. We straight. I think
Well,
right
well,
now our focus shouldn't be all of this white
well.
versus black. This I don't think that shit matters at this
Right.
point. Right now, it should be get you some money. We should
What
be
a
teaching each
what a
other how to get money, make more money, keep the money in house. Not so much don't outsource or don't fuck with other shit. I'm more so saying each one teach one, but start in your house first. You know what I'm
what a
saying? We
what
can't
a
change
problem
the
is.
world. Get on the internet spewing all this white people, this black people, that. I ain't
Right.
gonna lie, I do it on some laughs and jokes and shit. But some of these motherfuckers take this shit serious for the internet. But in the
But
real world, they're not doing nothing in the real world.
what
They're
a
not
what a
really no
problem
fucking
is.
activists in the real world.
Well, the problem is, and I'm specifically talking about Barack and people like him, is because he'll attach himself to people who are constantly talking about those things, but he will not go in any circle where they're talking about white on white crime. He won't go in the circle where they're talking about how white people kill more police than anybody else. He won't
Have
go
you
in the
been
circle
there
where
to the
they
circle? What
he
do
he
you
won't go
know?
in the circle. He won't go in the circle where they talk about how white males kill their spouses, kill their kids, kill their parents more than any other group. He don't want to talk about that. But when you start talking about Chicago, here he comes, and then he starts antagonizing. So I'm always gonna call that out. I don't like when people come to antagonize us, but then don't want nobody antagonizing them. I'm the equalizer. I'm gonna come around and point them out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do. That's
And
how I do. Now,
keep
Barack.
keep it
Now,
real.
Barack, since you're in the comments, so do you want to talk about white on white crime today? I don't
Keep
think
it
we'll get an
real. I'm
answer
gonna
out of
tell
him.
you something. When I always mention black on black crimes, white on white crime, Spanish on Hispanic crime, it's because for me it's crime, right? This is crime committed against each other, right? So like the reason that people like to focus on the black statistics is because people screaming Black Lives Matter, right? So
Hmm.
but not knowing that the Black Lives Matter is specifically targeting like police brutality, right?
Right.
So then once it goes into statistic about how many black people actually get killed by cops, the number is so low that that's why they think it's a joke. But even though the number's low, and even though the number's low for white people, it's low for Spanish people, it's still a death. And like
Right.
when I see these videos of the cops having to kill someone for misbehaving or not responding correctly to the cops, I just think it's a tragedy. I think it's sad. I mean, I don't try to be like, oh, well, you committed the crime, you're at fault, you shouldn't have done that, and the cop wouldn't have done this. I think it's 50-50. Yeah, you shouldn't have committed the crime, but I don't think like you don't have to go from arresting to murder. I think there should be in betweens. And some scenarios do go to like more of like a stronger lethal attack, but not every scenario. And I just that's why I said I looking at these videos more and more and more and more, you have to think that some of these cops are scared, whether they're white, whether they're black, or whether they're women.
I don't think they scared though. I don't
I
think
don't
they
think that
scared.
all of them have to do with race though.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
keep
think
it
it's all
funky
about
with you.
race.
Like, so as a nigga, I'm gonna keep it all the way. Now, look, I do the laughing, but as a nigga, I'm always on 10 when I get pulled over because I know that it could be over. You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't never on
So,
10. I stay calm. I gotta be
ne-
calm. I'm more fearful now than I've ever been. So
no, that's what I
I'm
mean
always
on 10.
quiet.
Like, I'm alert,
Got
I'm
you.
on
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel you.
I know the, like, for example, right? Throughout my
Yeah.
process of doing time, I went through that phase of being the youngin'. There was this big mouth youngin', fuck the police, yada, yada, all that old goofy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And after seeing that, man, you just a loud big mouth nigga that they know to knock out first. You know what I'm saying? After learning that, I learned, man, this shit is politics. All of them don't feel like fuck you. So fuck the
Right.
police
Of course not.
automatically just put a target on your own back. You know what I'm saying? And all of them don't feel like fuck you. You got once you get into this motherfucking life thing and you realize that every job, every position that's being held, man, it's one person or another. It's either this type of person that came to work to get their check today, you know what I'm saying? Or it's this motherfucker who life fucked up. They came here to be a dickhead in their position. They swinging their power around, and that's it. That's the divide. That's the divided line. I done been around the CEOs. You can pay Snicker bars for them to look the other way, for you to go do some shit that you know you aren't supposed to do, and they know you don't supposed to do. But then those same polices in that same building, you know what I'm saying, that'll beat your ass with a radio while you handcuffed and throw you in the hole so nobody see you till you heal up. Then you come out and you can't prove, you know. So my point is everything is politics, and knowing how to conduct yourself, knowing how to move and groove is a big factor in it. I know what I look like when I get pulled over. I caught a charge recently, and I know I was just pissing the cop off because I know what I look like when I get pulled over. I know what I drive. I know I look like I know where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And when you pull me and you see everything square, this nigga legit, you pissed off, so you give me everything you can give me. You know what I'm saying?
Your Trump hat didn't work? Your Trump hat nothing
no, look, check me out, bro. Check me out. I know you, that's a hell of a point because I didn't think about it till after I had already pulled off. I told my brothers, because look, I was leaving work, getting ready to go play basketball with my brothers. I pull up and I'm mad, like, man, them motherfuckers wrote me 3 tickets. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to get all papers. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about this, that, and the third with my brother. And they like, I was like, you know what? When we was done talking, they was like, yeah, bro, you know what? Fuck you though, bro. You know, they see you sitting in the car you driving. They see how you look. You got a mouth full of you know what you look like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? Right when they said it, I said, you know where I fucked up at? I should have put my fucking hat on. And then everything would have been all right. I would have been square about to put my fucking hat on. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of them niggas, when something go wrong, I try to analyze that shit and figure out what I could have did, how I can take blame for whatever, even if that shit wasn't my fault, how I can find fault in it. So I won't repeat the same thing, thinking that everything's square because I ain't do nothing wrong. If you don't think you did nothing wrong, you ain't gonna find no flaw in nothing that you think you gotta fix. So I just think every time something go wrong, I find a way to blame myself and figure what I could have done.
I went to a toll one day, and there was this black lady, right? She was screaming across the toll booth. She's like, "How much as I do? Because I work 16 hours a day." And I told her, "You better tell him that he better work as much as you." And she started laughing and whatever. And then she started giggling. She told me how much it was. And my phone case has Trump 2020, right? So this was like 2 years ago. So she started laughing at me. We were joking around her working 16 hours. She's like, I don't really work 16 hours. I'm just joking with him, but I'm making him, I want him to do my overtime. And then I started laughing, and she saw my case when I paid her, and she said, You're too pretty and too nice to be a Trump supporter. See, people have us in this bubble, like we're Trump supporters, but we automatically are racist, or we're automatically not nice people. And I don't think that's true. Like I say, I like Trump for his economy, for his America first, for the border. And I know that Hispanic and supporting the border might be like a sellout.
I ain't gonna lie, that part stuck out to me. So as you said that, I said, oh, wait a minute. That sounds like, yeah, but go ahead.
But just like me wanting security for Americans, like that doesn't mean that, oh, we're racist, or that, oh, because I'm Hispanic, I'm a sellout. Because I don't sell out my Hispanic race because of Trump. Like, I like his policies. I like what he put in place, a lot of the things. So, but it was just funny for her to say, you're a Trump supporter, but you're way too pretty and way too nice to be a Trump supporter. I just thought it was really...
They don't know what we look like. Not like
it opened her eyes to be like, wow, like she's like dope, and she was chill, and she was talking to me and engaging with me. We were laughing, and then when she saw my case, she was like, "Oh, you're a Trump supporter." Like, oh no, you couldn't be nice to me if you were a Trump supporter. That's not true. We were nice to each other way before Trump was even in office. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, we've always supported each other. Like I said, racism is individually, and those racist people and Nazis and all the white supremacies should be extinct. But the majority of us walk around life thinking that's a human being. Somebody opens the door for me, I open the door for them. I don't think open the door for black men.
Oh man.
I say.
I really want Barack to get up here. This dude sit up here and talk in the
I think
comments all day. He will not bring his punk ass up here. He
What
will
is
not
he
do
saying?
that.
What is he saying? Keep it real.
yeah,
He's just doing what cowards do.
what
Hanging on
kind
the
of what side of
keyboard.
the
You
street
mean
you on?
you mean like
Who he
not?
talking?
You mean like
He's on the Nazi side of it. He's on the Nazi side of the stream. He's on the Nazi side. Yeah,
Come on, man.
he's on the
Touch
And
Nazi
my
that's
side.
man.
another thing. Keep it real. I don't think that Spanish people or Black people that like Trump are Nazis or like because the whole
Some of them do. Some of us do.
the
Some of
whole
them do.
KKK thing was one drop of Black blood means that you could be a traitor. So how can you be a KKK member if you're Black or
Well,
Hispanic?
the only
Hey,
KKK.
Clayton Bigsby got in.
if you
Clayton
support
Bigsby got in.
if you support their ideas, if you support their standards, and if
Ain't
you're
nobody
willing to
supporting that.
go against your own to uplift them, then absolutely you might not be a Klan member, but you're a Klan sympathizer. You just as bad.
No. I mean, because how can I
Be back
support
Wednesday at midnight Eastern time. My bad. I hate to
how
cut
can we
y'all
love
out.
everyone but support Trump?
Okay, so we are random live streaming. So he said that they were going to come back. And so what we're going to do is get off of there. Let's see who else is live. It's worth. Nobody really.
Program GLD. If I'm fucking you, if I'm laying and I'm fucking you, oh, Jesus Christ, when I come to you and ask you for anything, nigga, you gonna give it to me or you gonna make away like to me like, no, that's on not.
We're not on that type of level. I'm gonna give you shit.
We're not on that type
Right.
of level. We're not fucking. I'm not never fucking a nigga that I'm not on that type of level with.
Well, you got
That's the difference between men and women, though. That's the difference between men and women. A woman is actually supposed to think like that. You know what I'm saying? A man, we can go and fuck a motherfucker with no feelings and not give a fuck about it.
Yeah, I'm not fucking.
Like, all it is just another notch in the belt.
Yep.
Do y'all know that I have never cheated on a nigga?
I'm good.
Never in my life. Like I literally wouldn't even know how to cheat. Like I've never cheated.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
I'm proud of you.
Like I couldn't even fuck to like literally like right now. Like let's just say like I'm fucking with CFA right now. That's on Jesus Christ. I couldn't like literally fuck with another nigga right now. I couldn't. My pussy wouldn't
But
even.
that's
take those earrings, put them under lukewarm water.
Welcome to the
Place
surgery.
them inside of a microwave.
A good person dressed in black.
For 3 minutes.
Just make have a case to face and make contact. He needs a fucking.
Yo, you don't
surgery
give me a
in his
break. You
brain.
know who he reminds
Sir.
me of? Nicole.
Sir, please remove those Dollar Tree shades, sir. We see your whole house through those shades. Your whole future is through those shades, sir. If you leave out that door, that's in your.
That's a good thing that you said that. Listen, that's a good thing that you said that because I have in my stories.
That's the doorway to outside.
I have
Continue
a future song in my stories.
You've been doing this since 2006.
is a barbell that
He blew it.
What, he was
GOD.
gay?
Oh, God in heaven, he ain't nowhere near that. Cause I fucked for straight Crips.
Well, I guess that's it for our lives. The one that was entertaining, he went off, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I believe he went off. Yeah, he went off. And the other lives are just so boring. Like, they are not even my thing. Well, I won't waste no time trying to stay up a little bit more. I don't know. I've been on like a recording kick tonight. Like, I've done 2 podcasts. I've done like, 4 YouTubes? Or really more than that if you want to talk about them going on other platforms. But yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and try to lay it down for a little bit and be right back up. See you in a minute.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Goddess Tulsa After Dark. This is where you let your hair down, get you a beverage,